Karen Bryant for Ed Mahid. I'm here with Alan Jouban, who is facing Brendan O'Reilly at UFC Brisbane, and that's a little ways out, but we are here today at Saeksan Muay Thai watching you put in some work. So why is this your gym for Muay Thai? What do you like about this place?
I love it, man. For me, I came up from Bomb Squad. Bomb Squad was my original Muay Thai gym, which turned into Legends, and then it kind of shrunk down, and I was looking for another place to go. And I was always watching Saeksan on social media, and they had what I liked, which was they had guys coming up in the amateurs. They had guys in Lion Fight, which is the premier Muay Thai organization in America, in Glory, in MMA, and I appreciated that, guys at all levels. And it was the traditional type of Muay Thai that I came up with. So I found them. I eventually moved out here to Van Nuys, so I live right near the gym, and it's just a good, solid Muay Thai gym, and they focus very heavily on conditioning, which I'm a big fan of, and we clicked very well together, and we've had good success since then.
Nice. Let's talk about some of this conditioning, and obviously we're going to be rolling some footage. So I got tired watching you. I don't know the name of the one, but you're on your knees. You jump to you jump to your feet, and then throw the knees. Those those are brutal.
I'm just going to call those ninja get-ups with the flying knee. But yeah, that's the kind of stuff that over here, we do a lot of conditioning. We'll do 30 minutes of warm-up before we go into our technique. So we've already exhausted our muscles, but we're also nice and loose, warmed up at the same time, so nobody's getting injured, no injuries, nothing's getting pulled. But at the same time, we're fatigued, so we're not coming in there and just ready to go right away. We're going in there fatigued, where we have to concentrate on the technique, and that's the way it should be. Most gyms do concentrate on kind of fatiguing you a little bit, and then getting you going into that hardcore technique. But they take it to the extreme over here, definitely.
Yeah, I feel like it's a great introduction for people who are like, hey, I would like to check out a Muay Thai class, and then you see that. It's brutal, but I like what you're saying, because in a fight, you're never fresh. You're tired, so it does kind of put you in that mindset. I mean, obviously, you guys weren't fully sparring, but in that mindset of, being fatigued and having to still keep your wits about it.
Pushing through it. It helped me. I was telling you earlier how, when at nighttime, we shut the doors in here and we close the doors between the two rooms, and it gets like a sauna in that room right there. It really does. It gets super hot. But that played such a benefit when I fought in Brazil a couple fights back. We fought at like 3 in the morning. It was like 90 degrees in the arena, and I was really acclimated to it right away. I was used to training in a sauna type environment, and so going over to Brazil, it was an easy transition for me. So I appreciate having that. We don't have the benefit of training at altitude here in LA. We have the beautiful weather, but we don't get the altitude as some guys in Colorado and whatnot. But we can do that. If you want to lock up your doors, don't let people leave, turn on the heaters, and just train like it's a sauna. That'll help acclimate you to harsh environments.
Yeah, that Brazil thing is legit. For one of the shows we were down there, I had to change my shirt halfway through the show, because I'm doing interviews, and I literally, like, at first I was like, hey, we might get a little extra ratings. We got like a little wet t-shirt that's going on, but it was funny. And then it became really, really unattractive, and like I literally had to change my shirt in the middle of the show. I was like, guys, I can't. I'm toweling off, and I wasn't even even fighting. So but listen, you're going to be going down to Brisbane. This is a fight for you that you're coming off of a tough fight with Tumenov. What do you like about the matchup with Brendan O'Reilly?
I think it's a good matchup for me. I mean, you know what? You ask me 9 times out of 10 who I'm fighting, I'm going to say it's a good matchup, because I have confidence in myself. But we wanted to get on the March 5th card. We wanted to get on that stacked card here in Las Vegas. We told the UFC, look, we want to fight local. We want to fight local. And then out of nowhere, Joe Silva called us and said, look, I need a welterweight in Brisbane, Australia. This is the guy, Brendan O'Reilly. And I didn't even look him up before I said yes, to be honest. But looking him up, I think style-wise is a good matchup for me. He's a guy who's he's a tough guy, and he brings like an intensity when he fights. But he's a guy that also floats back and forth between the 55 and the 70 division. I'm a true 70, you know what I mean? I'm not the biggest 70, but I'm a solid size, 6 foot tall, walk around at 190. I stay very lean. I'm a solid 170. So if you're a guy coming up in a division, you might have a strength advantage in the lightweights, but you're not going to have a strength advantage over me in the welterweights. So I like the matchup. I think I have the striking edge 100% in this fight, and then I feel very confident in the grappling and wrestling. As we've talked about before, Bolt Wrestling has done wonders with my game, and I feel very confident in my wrestling. And I'm excited for this fight. As you said, Albert Tumenov was my last fight, and that was such a tough fight for me to afterwards, it's a tough pill to swallow. Having my first official loss in the UFC, I lost in Brazil, but I didn't get finished. To get TKO'd like that in a fight, and it really just made me put things in perspective and see how easy, some guys, after that, 50 guys got cut in the UFC. And it made me think, you know what, I really got to just buckle back down and focus on what I do best, and that's Muay Thai. And that's why I put a little more emphasis into coming back to my roots, which is Muay Thai, rather than spreading myself so thin. In the previous fight with Albert, I was just always going to jiu-jitsu, wrestling, this and that, and I wasn't focusing on my true strength, which is striking. I've corrected that. I'm in Muay Thai all the time now. I'm polishing off my strengths, and I expect it to show heavily in this next fight against Brendan.
Very nice. Yeah. Well, the thing too about why I think you have your fans is for that flashy striking. I feel like then when you first came on the scene, that's what made people sit up and notice anyway.
Right. And you're exactly right. I mean, me and my manager talked about it, and it's something that I wrote down in my goals. It's go back to fighting how you used to fight, fighting to inspire people, fighting to do stuff, to do amazing things, fighting because I love it and I enjoy it. Not thinking so much about I need to fill these weaknesses as is a job, but doing what I'm very good at, and also getting better in a well-rounded game. And like you said, the flashy fights, the fun, exciting stuff is what I kind of gathered my fan base from, and I've gotten the bonuses from. And I almost veered away from that because I was so focused on bringing up my weaknesses. But you know what? I'm constantly going to work on my weaknesses, but I need to make sure that my strengths stay polished constantly. And so that's what I'm doing right now.
For sure. Well, and we also know that, you can lose a few fights as long as you are putting butts in the seats, right, and people want to still watch you fight, win or lose. Think about it. That's you're making a case for yourself to stay fighting anyway that way. So.
Yeah. As it's been said before, you have to have the entertainment value. Yeah. Part of it, and I feel that I do a good job of that. I'm 3-2 in the UFC, and we got 2 Fight of the Night bonuses, and I feel that the fans have really taken a liking to me. I see it in the social media and the response that I get from them. But for me, it's just I want to do so much more still, and I know that for me it was always like I have a certain amount of time. I'm 34 years old, and I need to do it now. And now I've just pretty much taken the advice of a lot of close people around me and threw that out and said, you know what, I'm not putting timetables on this anymore. I'm just gonna go ahead and focus on what I do best and enjoy this again. And as you can see, like in training today, I mean, it helps when it's beautiful outside. You come to a gym, it's got good energy. That's what makes gym training so much fun. I felt like the last camp I beat myself up. I would show up at the gym with blinders on, just thinking get better, do everything perfect, and it's really tough. You see your Cowboy Cerrone say it a lot, but you have to enjoy life. You have to enjoy what you do, and he's really right. He might take it to the extreme in some parts of it, but you really have to come to the gym and enjoy what you're doing, and that's going to help you get better at it. And I've been doing that a lot. I've been very happy and enjoying this fight camp, and I can't say it enough. I'm so excited. I've never been to Australia. I hit up John Wayne Parr on Instagram. He's like an hour from Brisbane. I know I'm fighting in Australia, but he was super cool about it. He said I can come by the gym. Mark Hunt's over there right now getting some reps in, so I can't wait to go there, train with these guys, and just check out the gym and see the country, and then put on a great show. Yeah,
you're bringing up a lot of good stuff. Two things. I've been to Australia. I went down there before in Gold Coast, and we went to John Wayne's gym for the open workouts. He is such a great guy, and he's come over to the States and visited us at UFC United. Great guy, and for sure, I mean, you can pretty much not find many people better than him to train with.
And hilarious at the same time, too.
He's great. I am curious, though, when you talk about before with the Tumenov fight, you were, kind of more stressed and more focused on that camp, and it was not as much fun. Do you feel, though, that that's what it is that people are starting to worry too much about losing, and they're worrying, they're just going in there and they're so afraid of not scoring the points, and that the fights are changing? I mean, do you see that? Do you see people playing it safe?
It's definitely a factor. It's without a doubt a factor. For me personally, the Albert's just a super tough opponent, and I came in not on my game that day, and I paid the price. With what you're seeing in the whole of the UFC is guys are getting nervous. They don't want to get cut. They don't want to lose a fight. I mean, you see guys, they're fighting they're on the main event, and they lose one fight, and then these guys are on Fight Pass the next day, the next fight, and it's mind blowing sometimes when you see that. So yeah, you just and we spoke about this as well. it's not only fighting and winning the UFC money, but you have sponsors and you have endorsements and you have retainers. And it's like when you're on the winning edge, it doesn't matter if you grinded out a slow victory or you knocked the guy out and got the bonus. You're still on the winning track, and those retainers and those sponsors and everybody continues to keep coming. So it benefits you all around to get the W. Obviously, everybody wants to win, but it benefits you financially and business-wise to always stay winning. So yeah, you see guys playing it a little safe nowadays. We saw that with Alistair Overeem and some other guys. And so it's getting in guys' heads. And as we alluded to a while ago, with my previous camp, when I was training for Albert, I was so focused on I must get this win, I must improve, that I dreaded that entire 8-10 week camp. It was horrible. All I wanted to do after was get the fight over with so I can go celebrate my son's birthday. And I was thinking about everything after the fight rather than focusing on the fight. And it cost me dearly. And I've made the correction, and once again, just really enjoying it and going back to my roots, which is Muay Thai.
Well, then I know you listen to a decent amount of these sort of motivational speakers, but that really is something I feel like everybody could take with them. A lot of time people walk into a situation, I'm not good at this, I'm not good at that, he's going to expose me on this, whatever. You can sit there and just go, I own this part of it, I own that part of the game. And yeah, just focus on and remember what you love. I mean, this place is, Wade and I were both sitting here, we're like, God, I want to get in, coach. I'm like, come on, why didn't I bring my stuff, man? It looks so fun. So.
Yeah, no, it is. And then I started doing Muay Thai 10 years ago. I fought Muay Thai for a number of years before I ventured into the MMA game. So to come back to what I do best, it's enjoyable for me, and it's what I do best. Like I said, it's what I do best, and it's what has gotten me this far, and I'm going to continue to do it.
All right, and last question, since you also do have a side career, looking good on camera. What do you think about Brendan's chops? Have you seen the chops? Have you seen his mutton chops? They're pretty serious.
That's his thing. I guess that's kind of like, he wears the cowboy hat. He's got those chops. Brendan, after we fight, we grab a beer. We maybe go get a haircut together, clean, shave that up. Or you know what? Or we can go another route. We can put some zigzags on it, like that white rapper guy you see with the grill. We do something crazy with it, man. But he pulls it off. He's kind of that tough, rugged Australian guy. That's what I picture when I think about him. The guy with the cowboy hat and the big chops. We'll see, man. Hopefully it keeps his jaw, maybe it absorbs some punch.
It's a bigger target. It gives you something to aim for.
Yeah, maybe it gives me a target. But yeah, no, man. Brendan, the fight just got announced a couple weeks ago, but he seems like a good guy. My last Australian opponent, Richard Walsh, he was another good guy. I mean, we went and had lunch a couple days after the fight. Really good guy. So he doesn't seem like the type to really talk trash or anything. He kind of just seems like a good, hardworking guy. And I expect us to put on a good, entertaining fight for the fans, and after that, we'll probably go enjoy a beer together.
Nice. Well, and you will be the enemy, going in there. But I did love it, and this is one other thing, and we'll have to put this in here, your visa application the other day. To explain to the people what you put on that, I love this so much.
Yeah, well, first let me just say, I do have the penmanship of a kindergarten color.
No, so do I. I felt, wait, you're lefty though, right?
I'm a lefty.
So am I, dude. Yes, baby. That's why I saw it. I was like, yes.
You guys never will know the struggles of moving to the right when it's tough.
It's tough.
But yes, the visa application to get into Australia is like 25 pages, mind you. I'm out of ink already. I had to go buy ink just to print this out. And then you get there and they want to know every detail. And you see this a lot in the fight game, but they want to know why you're coming here, your purpose of business, what and then how was it pronounced? They ask you your purpose of business, and they want to know
like your skill set or something.
Your skill set and your resume and why. So I just told them, like, well, my purpose is I'm an MMA fighter, I'm in the UFC, and what skill set allowed me to be here. And I told I'm pretty good at head kicks, liver kicks, elbows, knees, and I filled it out completely honestly. I don't think they could get mad at me. I was 100% honest in the purpose and the reason and my skill set of why I was there. But it was, I took a picture of it, put it on Instagram, and got a couple laughs. And I think my penmanship probably got more laughs. People thought that my 3-year-old son wrote that. Can you believe that? My 3-year-old son writes better than me. But I'm a lefty, man. And look, I'm filling out 25 pages, man. You think I'm trying to write neatly? I'm just trying to get this crap done. I got to take care of my kid. I got to go to the gym. I got so many things going on. I'm just trying to fly through it. So yeah, I do have bad penmanship, but come on, man, 25 pages.
I feel you on it. The whole lefty thing is real. The struggle is real, people. I tell you, it is. Well, listen, Alan, always great to see you. Really fun watching you put in some work. You've been talking about this place, and now I understand why it is your home for Muay Thai. So best of luck in Brisbane.
Thank you, guys. I'm glad you came check out my gym.